12 best designer fragrances for men from 12 designer brands. Putting together a list like this is quite hard because some brands have so many incredible men's fragrances. I had to make some truly tough decisions, and in this video I will share what I think are the top 12 fragrances from 12 brands. I would love to hear which are your favorites from these 12 brands, so feel free to comment with your favorite fragrances. Let's do this. I'm starting this list with one of my favorite brands in the world, Armani, and I could have gone for the amazing sweet powdery coat Absolute or one of the fantastic freshes in the Acqua di Gio line of men's fragrances, but my choice came down to Stronger With You Absolutely and the original Stronger With You. I absolutely love Absolutely, which I think is the sexiest of the two, but if I could only choose one, it would actually be the original Stronger With You. Both are mass appealing compliment getters, but the original appeals to more people, and it's also a more versatile kind of scent that will make any man smell good. Period. Stronger With You is a sweet and spicy blend with a fab dose of vanilla, chestnut and pineapple, and it's intoxicating, warm and amazing. It's impossible to go wrong with this one, and pretty much everyone, both women and men, will think you smell fantastic with it on. Next up is Valentino, and it's basically the Valentino Uomo line, and for me it came down to Uomo and Uomo Intense. And while I do think the original Uomo smells fantastic, and while I do think it's the more versatile of the two, I do lean more towards the one I call the sex bomb. Valentino Uomo Intense is pretty much a super sexy dose of vanilla, iris, tonka and a bit of leather, and it's powdery sweet in an amazing way. The sex bomb gives me an amazing vibe, and it's such a sexy scent to a lot of women. Get it if you love darker and sexier kinds of powdery fragrances. Do not get it if you do not enjoy smelling like a sex bomb. Paco Rabanne is such a tough brand to just choose one from. I could have picked one from the 1 million line, or something from the Invictus line, or one from several of my favorites from the Paco collection, but the one that currently gives me the strongest, sexiest and most intoxicating vibe is Pure Excess Night. Highly underrated, and I think it deserves way more attention than I believe it currently gets. Pure Excess Night opens up with a fantastic and almost sparkling blend with ginger and cinnamon at the top, and drives down to an incredibly addictive, sweet, spicy and juicy blend of myrrh, vanilla and cacao with the ginger and cinnamon on top. It smells amazing, and if you usually enjoy sweet and sort of a gourmandy scents, you'll most likely enjoy it. Versace was an easier brand to just choose one from, and I was basically choosing between Eros EDT and Eros EDP. Both are really nice, both will make any man smell great, and both are mass appealing compliment getters. And I actually keep going back and forth between the two, but I ended up choosing the EDP. Versace Eros EDP is to me the perfect balance between the original and Parfum. It's a bit like the original, but with a different combination of woody notes and an overall more smooth and mature vibe to it. All three Eros will make you smell great, but I do think the EDP is a bit better than the other two. Next up is a fragrance that I fell in love with from the first sniff. Now, choosing just one from the house of Jean Paul Gaultier is incredibly hard, simply because there are so many good ones. The original Le Mal is an iconic scent, Scandal is a crazy compliment getter, and both Le Beaux are fantastic. But there is one above them all, and that is Le Mal Le Parfum. Le Mal Le Parfum is a super attractive powdery fragrance with a fantastic dose of cardamom, iris and lavender, and a stunning vanilla that is dominating this blend in an amazing way. It's sweet, warm and incredibly sexy, and a lot of women seem to love it. It's always been one of my top dating fragrances, and I just love it. Make sure you try it out if you enjoy powdery fragrances. Stay away if sweet and powdery is not your thing. Givenchy is another brand that is hard to just choose one from, and that is all thanks to the magnificent lineup of the gentleman fragrances. I love Reserve Privé, which is a fantastic scent and one of my favorites of 2022. EDT Intense is another amazing scent, and the EDP is incredible as well. But one that quickly rose up to become one of my favorites from Givenchy is Givenchy Gentleman Boise. I truly hope that I finally got the name right. Boise feels like it's sort of between the EDP and Reserve Privé with a bit of the original EDT in it. It has that gentleman powderiness with a dominant woody side, and it's spicy with a bit of sweetness to it. It's hard to go wrong with any of the ones in the gentleman line, but it's impossible to go wrong with this one. The next one is to me pure powdery perfection, and it's my pick from Prada. It's powdery in an incredibly classy and attractive way, and it's all about iris with a dose of tonka, a hint of leather, and a bit of sandalwood. This is Prada L'Homme Intense. Women love it, men want to know what I have on, and it's without a doubt an incredibly classy and elegant scent for men. There are rumors that it's been discontinued, but I still see it in a lot of shops, so get it if you are interested in it. Dior is probably the brand that is both the easiest and hardest to pick just one from. Hardest because there are so many epic Dior fragrances. Easiest because there is only one that I call the one above all. It easily fills up a room with its beautiful scent. It makes me feel insanely good in a truly unique way, and it's one of the most complimented fragrances a man can get. Words cannot do justice to how good it is. Dior Homme Intense is a stunning blend of iris, lavender, musk, violet and cedar, and it's very powdery in a very intoxicating and addictive way. The one above all. YSL creates some of the world's most mass appealing fragrances for men, and there are a lot of great scents to choose from, but my pick from this house is the one I feel is incredibly versatile, attractive and classy, with a dose of sexiness to it. YSL Y EDP is another compliment getter, and I absolutely love all the layers this woody and aromatic scent has. How can you not like a scent that always works? And when it works so well that it usually brings in a compliment or two. Do not be afraid of spraying a lot with it. It's not a strong scent, so you need to spray a bit more, but when you do, oh my. Ralph Lauren has a lot of fragrances that simply have not impressed me that much, and some that are very nice. But there's one that I feel is better than most, and it's also one of the most simple blends from the house. Ralph Lauren Ralph's Club is pretty much a simple and sort of a fresh, masculine and sophisticated scent with lavender and clary sage on a base of cedar. I think it smells great. I think it's versatile and most people seem to love it, especially women. Do not dismiss this as something boring or generic. Do overspray it before you go out, and you'll see for yourself how good you smell. Tom Ford is yet another brand that has so many stunning fragrances to choose from the epic Black Orchid to Tobacco Oud, Noir Extreme, Lost Cherry and Tuscan Leather. But there is only one that satisfies the leather freak inside of me, and that is Tom Ford's Ombre Leather. To my nose, it's a creamy and buttery kind of leather, and it's incredibly smooth and full. There's a bit of amber and patchouli to it, giving it a dash of something exciting, and there's a fantastic floral side to it that I think is amazing. Tom Ford Ombre Leather. I love it. I'm truly addicted to it, and as a bonus, it's also a crazy compliment getter that makes me stand out in a crowd. I could have gone with a super versatile and incredible compliment getter, Gucci Guilty Pour Homme Parfum. It's a great scent that just works, but my favorite pick from Gucci is one that to a lot of people is quite polarizing. You either love it or hate it. Gucci Guilty Absolute is to me a masterpiece, and it's basically a woody and leathery blend with vetiver. The opening might scare some people away, but the dry down is something masculine, attractive and different. This is the one that to me turned Gucci from boring to exciting again. And if you are looking for a unique scent with a focus on a cool combination of leather and vetiver with a dose of woodiness to it, then you really need to put your nose to it. Please like this video, thank you. Don't forget to hit that notification bell and make sure you comment with your favorites from these brands. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.